So all of that saying, going back to the original conversation of like Ashley saying that like it's crazy that you popped up when I needed energy and now like you're back. And so it's going back to like we receive when we're ready to receive, right? So if you are in alignment with what it is that your soul is calling for, what you're desiring, then it's just like it just shows up. So crazy. All right. Cosmic Companion says, you always have the best energy. Love seeing you when the universe knows I could use it. We have Ash Marie say, same thing happened to me. She just did a group reading that I really needed and I'm back. I love that. All right. Yes, I followed her after that and have been all about it. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I love it. All right. With that being said, it's time for a group reading. How this works, if this is your first time doing a collective reading with me, say first in the chat. How I like to do the... Natural Queen 42, good to see you. Hello, hey. All right, I love it. Witch Poo, thank you for the follow. First. Oh, somebody first for it. I love it. Welcome first time family members. All right, so how this works is you vote for the theme of the reading and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I swear to you, it doesn't even matter what the theme of the reading is. You're going to receive a message that you need to hear. And again, going back to the word need, you're going to receive a message that your soul is calling for. I'm rephrasing things. You're going to receive what it is that you're ready to receive, and it's going to make an impact for you. So that being said, it is your time. Go ahead, drop in the chat. What is it that you would like this reading to be about? For example, for those of you who it's your first time, people tend to ask, say like a love reading or a money reading or a general message. What does Spirit have to say right now? Hello, Sassy K88. Thank you for the follow. Ashley says intuition. We've got three votes for love. We love love. We've got a vote for general. We've got a vote for money. All right. So right now, 2 or 3 for career, because I'm going to put money and career in the same channel since they kind of both resonate together. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 for love and 3 for career, 2 for general. So love is currently winning. All right. 4 for career / money and 4 for love. All right. Now we have a tie with money and love. And I really want to say money and love has the same vibration and frequency. If I can do another career, LOL. Has the same frequency in the sense that money for ourselves, money and love and passion, they all are on this same vibration in which when you tap into the ability to receive, you'll receive the love, you'll receive the money, you'll receive all of the things, right? So there's just, a little channel thing coming in for you. Sassy K88 says love as well. So let's see, we've got, going back. Did that tie it again? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for love. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for career. Okay. So with that, I love this intertwined energy. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be I'm going to talk about both love and career in this reading because they are money and love are very synonymous. So we're going to do something different. We're going to do something fun. So let's play around. If you are ready to receive this message, go ahead and say yes in the chat. And here, let's do it. Let's go through it. Alrighty. Ba-doop-boop-boop. Fantastic. We've got yes, 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 yes. All right, let's get to it. So, to start us off, I want to find the affirmation in this deck. And I'm pulling from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Do we have any fellow readers here, like tarot readers, oracles, psychics, diviners? I feel like called to say that everybody has some sort of intuitive gift. It's whether or not you want to tap into it and utilize it. So I do want to throw that out there before we get started, but I'm curious if there's anyone that's actively practicing. So Cosmic Companion does personal and professional. Little Owl says I dabble. I love that. I like that phrase. Sin says yes. Sage, what is that? Channel, I don't know. I see Sage, C-A. I'm trying to figure out what that word is, but to me it reads as channel for some reason. All right. Thank you for the follow. Just because it's amazing in storytelling. I do lives too. I love it. Shell. Thank you. I can read now. Say Shell. Thank you. Thank you. I dazzled too, says Joan. I think that was supposed to be dabbled, but I like the word dazzle. That's fire. All right. So the first card is the Ten of Swords, and the affirmation that comes with this card is I am healing every day, which I think is really important and something to tap onto. Is one, while I like to see it more as growing rather than healing, because saying I'm healing every day feels to me like there's something wrong or something that needs to be fixed about us. And I want to let you know that there is nothing wrong with you. You are beautifully and perfectly made. Your soul came into this world to experience being human. All right. So there's no need to be guilty or shameful about anything that you've experienced in your past. But in the experience of healing, I like to see it more as you are coming back to your soul self more and more and more every day as you learn more on top of more about who you are and what it is that you want to do in this world, what it is that you want to experience in this world. You are, I like to call it ascending, says Sin. Yes, you are ascending. You are next leveling, up leveling is the phrase that I like to use. You are connecting deeper and deeper and deeper with your soul self and the divine every day. So we're starting this off. And I like that, like I said, this is going to be both money and love reading because it's very similar energy and frequency. And I find that a lot of people kind of have the same thing where it's they desire to a almost desperate vibration. They desire money and they desire love on those same kind of levels and that same kind of frequency. Sunny, hello, good to see you. Hey, thank you so much for the heart me, my love. So with that, we're starting off with this Ten of Swords, and this Ten of Swords is really saying that it's time to leave all of that shame, all of that fear, all of that lack mentality in the past. All right. So like I said, saying money and love, a lot of times we're wrapping both of those things up in I don't have enough money, I don't have enough dates, I don't have enough love in my life, I'm not receiving what it is that I desire to receive. And we have this Ace of Pentacles that is saying that you can plant seeds to create whatever it is that you desire for yourself, right? And in that gardening, if you will, of the career, of the money, of the love that you want, you have to believe in it, right? So if you're planting a seed, if you are, I dabble, going back to that word dabbling, I dabble with gardening, right? I don't really know a whole lot about it. I put my seeds in the ground and I try not to overwater things. I talk and give energy healing to my or frequency work to my plants, and I lean into that vibration, and I trust that if it's germinating, it's going to create something magical and beautiful, and especially if it's something that is like actually edible. So it's just like, I know that when it grows and I'm able to like give it all this love and then I eat it, I'm putting that love into my body. And so there is like an air of like, ooh, I hope that these plants will grow when I first put in the seed, but I don't fully know about it. But what I do know is that I'm going to nurture this soil. I'm going to nurture these plants. I'm going to nurture these seeds. I'm going to nurture and give it all the love I can. And I also know that I can go to Google and look up how long something is supposed to take to start sprouting, and whether or not it's doing what I intended it to do, or maybe I need to learn how to recalibrate and shift and planting it again if it did not actually grow this time. And I also know that there's nothing wrong with me or whatever in doing that. So when we're looking at manifesting love and career / money into our lives, we have to get to a place where we know without a doubt that it is a possibility for us. Knowing that it's available for us, knowing that you're in a place where you're ready to open your heart to the receiving of it. And when we are in a place to opening our heart, a 13, thank you. 13 is like I started this live with seeing a 13, and I was like, 13 is like my magic number. So I love that 13 of you guys are here right now. So this 10 of cups right here is saying that you get to receive that joy, that love, that security, all that comes with the love and the money when you put yourself in this place of knowing that you have set the intention, knowing that you are nurturing and leaning into and actively making sure that your frequency is in alignment with receiving of it, right? Going back to the garden, right? There are moments, like I said, there are moments where I hope that this plant worked out, right? But I know in terms of manifesting, hope is not going to get me there. I have to know without a shadow of a doubt that I am here for it. I am receiving of it. I am doing the work, if you will, to cultivate a safe space for its ability to grow and thrive. Now, if it doesn't grow and thrive, again, it's a plant. Whole different thing. When we're talking about like energetics and calling in and manifesting, being able to be in a place where you can trust that it's showing up. That's another thing. Gardening has taught me trusting, right? I'm like, it's been a couple weeks. I don't know if it's doing anything, but then like just trusting and kind of like, sometimes I feel like you got to forget about it. One thing that plants have taught me is sometimes they thrive a lot better if you're not going out there and watering them every single day, right? You got to like, test and see like, when do they even need your attention? Sometimes they don't even want your attention. Like you can go out and like talk to them, but they're like, don't put water on me right now. Like I am enjoying what I've already sipped on. All right. Don't need to add to it. You don't need to over water me. I don't want to get all like shriveled up and like how our fingers get if we're staying in the bathtub too long. Like your plants don't want that either. So I've noticed that like if I kind of just like, give it a little water, give it a little talking to, tell it how much I love it, walk away, come back. Sometimes I forget that I've even planted something and putting a seed in, and then next thing you know, there's like a itty bitty little sprout, a little sprout that just like pops up out of there, right? And so having that faith, having that trust, and when you keep showing up, it's not the showing up in the sense of like, is it ready yet? Like if we think about baking something and you put something in the oven, like you're baking cookies because we love cookies, right? Let me know what's your favorite kind of cookie or brownie if you prefer brownies or whatever baked good you prefer. So if you put it in the oven and you open the oven, you're letting out heat, right? And so that lowers the temperature of the oven and you close it. And if you keep doing that over and over and over again, the oven's never going to stay at the temperature it needs to fully bake whatever it is that you're baking. So if you're baking cookies and it takes 15 minutes for these cookies to bake, but if you keep like opening it and closing it and opening it and closing it and opening it and closing it and like 30-second intervals. Well, those cookies are going to take way longer than 15 minutes to bake because you're taking all the heat away. You're taking its ability to cultivate itself. You're taking that ability, you're taking away what it is that it needs to thrive and grow and do its work. So the same goes for what it is that we're manifesting. If we're like, did I do that right? Did I do that right? Did I do this right? Did I do that? Sometimes you just gotta let it go. You gotta detach. I feel like we've had a conversation about detachment on my lives before, right? It's detaching from the outcome. And detachment with my garden is a great example of like, all right, I watered it, I love it, I talk to it, right? And then, sometimes I forget what I planted in it. Thank you for the hearts. And then they grow, and then it's like, oh, that's exciting, right? And then there's also okay, well, this one didn't germinate. What can I learn from this situation? What can I learn? Not that, oh, I'm a horrible gardener. I have a whatever color that's not a green thumb. Like that's not the truth that I want to bring into my life. I don't make it mean anything about me. That's a big part of detachment, is not making it mean anything. If something is not showing up in the time that you are desiring it, that does not mean that there's anything wrong with you. That doesn't mean anything, right? Sometimes God, source, the universe, highest self, mother nature, the divine, you've put in a couple of orders. You've put in a couple of orders, and now you've put in a different order, and it's just like taking time to like make sure, like get the other orders that you've already set up into alignment so that it can prepare the other order. So it's just taking a little extra time, right? Like you've maybe I'm thinking about like a restaurant. I'm trying to think of like something that's like a souffle. A souffle has a little it's nuanced in cooking a souffle to get it the right way, right? And so, it might take a little extra love and attention in that space, right? I need to learn how to, all right, hold on. Going back to you guys' comments. Hello. Luna, if you would like to receive your own individual message today, a 1-card pull is the gift of manifesting. That's the full moon with the hands right there. A full reading is, like I just did for the collective, is $22. Natural Queen 42 likes double chocolate chip cookies. Cosmic Companion likes Mexican wedding cakes. They are the best cookie, also known as Russian tea cakes. I don't know if I've ever actually had one. Michelle says, yes. Little Owl says, makes sense. Michelle says, I'm trying to learn. I am trying too much to learn manifesting. Great analogy. Thank you. Overthinking is my issue. Overthinking, it's like analysis paralysis is what one of my coaches has said. And it's so true. Like sometimes we have to take a step so that the next step is presented for us. Brandy says, I need to learn how to manifest. Manifesting is actually a natural occurrence, my friends. So I think sometimes we get caught up into, am I manifesting this thing? Am I doing whatever? And am I doing it right? Am I this? And that kind of delays the process of bringing forward whatever it is. So rather than leaning into, I need to learn to manifest, I think it's better to say, I need to learn to believe in, or not even believe in, because believe is the first step. I need to learn how to know what my story is. I need to know, and then going back to the conversation of needing, we don't need anything, right? So it's just I want to learn how to know what my story is, know without a shadow of a doubt. And that leads into believing in yourself, believing in the possibilities, right? And so sometimes I find a lot of people do manifesting from a place of desperation, and the desperation doesn't allow for the co-creation with the divine, right? So really going back to detachment and letting go, it's all right, cool. This is a thing that I want and I desire, and I know it's possible for me, and I know I'm worthy of it, and I know that I am enough, and I am allowing myself and opening myself to being in alignment with the receiving of it, and start just talking to God, source, the universe, whatever you believe to be your divine beings, talking to them about it, right? This is what I want. This is, you don't even have to tell them why. You're an extension of God so I like to use the word God, so we're going to go with that. You're an extension of God, or you're an extension of the divine. So of course they already know what it is that you want and why you want it. and there's no needing to justify the having of it, right? So just like lean into it. And so these are things that I really love to bring into practice inside the Miracle Mastermind. So if you're in a place to be able to like tap into that sacred space, go forth. I'm excited to bring people into that space. So going back, Michelle says overthinking is hers too. That's what my boss says a lot. Oh, what did I say that your boss says a lot? Sin says, I learned to believe in manifesting with the law of assumption. Ooh, love that. Oh, yes. That phrase. Manifest, don't try to control it. Yes, do not try to control it, because you get to set the intention of like, I want $10,000 this month, and letting go of the how and like the controlling of it. Oh, I take that back. Well, still let go of the how, but leaning into specifics it goes into human design, right? And I'm not a human design professional or anything like that. I know my human design and I understand things for myself because I've looked into studying that myself. If you are interested in, learning about human design, who I follow is Amy Elizabeth. She is on Instagram and Facebook. And I do believe she also has a podcast. I don't remember what the podcast is called. I have not listened to it. So I've just gone into a lot of different coaching spaces where she's available. So with Amy Elizabeth, one of the conversations we talked about is manifesting recently, and the conversation between, depending on what your manifestation arrow is, either you are a unspecific or a specific. So I am an unspecific manifester, meaning I would say like, I want $10,000 this month, and I'm manifesting $10,000 months, and in the unspecific, I would be just like, and I want to be in the energy of like ease and flow. Like I want it to be fun and easy to make $10,000. And like, that's my vibe. Whereas if someone's specific, it would be like, I want $10,000 this month, and I want $10,000 to show up for me, through my business and through this. And like, you get really specific, or better yet, like, and better one example for a specific would be like, I want to manifest a partner, right? And I want my partner to be 6'5" and have blue eyes and work in finance and get more and more specific about like the attributes and the traits and everything around it. And then the worrying about the how it's going to show up, that is not like none of your concern, regardless of either side. Ash says, are you doing questions? If you would like to receive a reading today, a 1-card pull is a gift of manifesting. That's the full moon with the hands there. Boop. You can click on that. A full reading is $22. You can send that to Mama T Energy on Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Brandy says, oh my God, I love how you're explaining. I am bad about talking down to myself. Talking down to yourself is like an immediate way to just pull yourself out of the energetic flow. Analysis paralysis. He is a good guy trying to tell me to stop overthinking. Yes. Yes. Sin says, ladies, here's a manifesting hack. When you fast and eat better and more natural based foods, you manifest faster. Interesting. Huh. Never put that into practice, but I do feel that when we take care of our vessels, we're in a better mindset, right? Like everything is energy and frequency. So if you are someone that, when you think about it, if you're filling your body with things that you don't feel comfortable is not the right word. If you're filling your body with things that you feel guilt about eating or drinking or whatever, then obviously you're putting yourself in the frequency of shame, and shame is a derivative of fear. And so that is the opposite of being in a space of abundance and love, right? And so if you are loving yourself, if you're looking at what you're eating, like, oh my gosh, like I love this food and I love how it's treating my body, then that puts you on the right frequency. So it's not, while I think it's important to fuel your body with positive vibrating foods, I also think it's all perspective of how do you look at it? How are you envisioning it? So if you can go to McDonald's and be like, yo, this is my vibration, high vibration, I feel good about it, then like, Go forth and do you, boo-boo. I don't know a whole lot of people that do that, but I'm just saying, so like if you can getting behind it, that goes back to manifesting, right? Getting behind yourself. Do not betray yourself and your desires, all right? Do not, if you're like, if my desire is to be a certain weight and you are not there, then what are you doing to back up that desire? Are you fueling yourself in a way that you're the weight version of yourself? Like if you're here, excuse me, burping. I'm like moving energy for somebody. So let's say your desire is to be 140 pounds. All right. You're like, I'm 140. I want to be 140 pounds, but I currently am at like 220. All right, cool. Nothing wrong with that. You're beautiful at 220 as you are at 140. You're an amazing, wonderful being. Now, thinking about it, what if you were already 140 pounds, what would you be doing differently in your life? Right? What is the 140 pounds version of yourself doing? What are they eating? What are you eating? What are you, what ways are you moving your body? What ways are you connecting to your community? What ways are you that? Now, all you gotta do is be that version of yourself now at 220 and see how you start to shift and change. And that principle applies to anything. All right. I want to be a millionaire. What is the millionaire version of yourself doing now? All right. Not just, millionaire version of myself would be like able to jet set and like things that you would spend your money on, but it's more about energetically, how are you a millionaire? What are you doing as a millionaire? How are you feeling as a millionaire? What energy are you putting out into the universe as your millionaire version of yourself? Because that is something you can tap into now. I find that we have a tendency to be like, I will be happy when, or I will be fulfilled when, I will feel like this when XYZ goal is achieved. But the importance and the place, the closing of the gap is actually being that version of yourself right here, right now, without the actual physical manifestation of it. Because the physical manifestation is the last thing. We connect to that desire in the realm of desire first, in frequency first, and then it shows up in our physical realm. So making sure that we're in this like space right now. I have been preaching perspective since I was little. We all have our own. Exactly. We all have our own perspective on life and experience. And it's all based off of, what have we been taught growing up? It's all based off of what we have experienced throughout our lives. And sometimes, especially if we realize that, we're not living the life that we desire, we are not as happy or fulfilled as we want to be, that we have to shift our perspective, right? We have to shift our perspective to a perspective of love and gratitude and trusting that everything that we desire is actually available and will show up for us. So I encourage you guys to shift that frequency and shift that mindset. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. Does anyone have any other questions or looking to receive a reading here today? Let a girl know. Let me know. Reminder, if you would like to do a private session, I do offer private sessions on my website, mamateenergy.com. You can also sign up for the Miracle Mastermind there, as well as I do have 2 spaces available for mentorship. If you would like to go on one-on-one mentorship with me for 2025, feel free to shoot me a DM and we can discuss if that is a option that is meant for you. Beautiful. Thank you, my darlings, for your likes and your love.